Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently working on some megastructure constructions. Now this forge world needs a job, so you know what that means. There we go. This agro world needs housing, of all things. Okay. Guess we can do that. That'll be a thing. And this factory world, okay, needs a job. Fantastic. So there's all of that done. Of course, we are currently at war against the destroyers. They are currently being handled by the rest of the galaxy. We're okay with this. We will allow this. Why did we upgrade these to citadels? Oh no, we didn't. They're star fortresses. Okay, perfect. I was a little confused by that for a second there, but no, we're fine. We're completely fine. So we are working on multiple construction ships right now. This one is heading up to Elthene, because our plan here is to construct our science nexus. The Hadadeshi are currently shifting their ethics, and that's okay. We don't really care too much right now. We are working on our crisis aspirations. So the Devasa Gateway is under construction. We have lots of gateways under construction, in fact. We can see that, well, we can't see them currently because they're still under construction, but our gateway network is going to be much more solid very shortly. Both our first and second fleet are fully reinforced, and our third fleet is in progress, shall we say. This gateway construction site is still 1,100 days away, so let's just hold off on working on that for the moment. City District Housing +1 is nice. Alloy nano plants would be really good too. We're going to go for that. Excellent. And we're going to tell this guy that we want to queue up a science nexus over, say, Elthene 2. Excellent. We did just finish up our anchorage stations. That does mean that we have a little bit more naval cap. We're not quite done with that yet, because, actually that doesn't mean we have more naval cap. That means we can get more naval cap. We're going to build our two anchorages here, and here. Actually, some of these have shifted in their order, so we'll build here as well, and then we'll just go through all of these. Yep, that one's already done, and then, yes, gateway in the Sol system is done. That is great, and we'll build two anchorages here. Each one of those will get us +6 naval cap, so that'll be great. At this point, we are at the point where we could get a third fleet, other than our Federation fleet. Now, we need to keep in mind that we're probably going to lose Federation leadership here fairly soon. That's okay. We don't mind that. If that ends up happening, we go for it. We'll seize it back. The Talakur are probably going to be in charge for a bit, though, is my guess. When is that going to change over? We know that it's going to. Current term ends next year. Yeah, almost exactly a year from now. Okay. You know, 5 XP. We're gaining 10 XP per day. So that's going to be like 151 days. We can hit level 4. And then once we hit level 4, we can jump to strongest. The Talakur and the United Corinth are very against it. They would be in favor of status change. Interesting. We'll have to see how we want to play that. The Adelamar system now has its gateway construction site ready to go, and that is, of course, this over here. Perfect. So we'll get that started. Wonderful. As these gateways finish up, they mean that we will be able to move around incredibly quickly. So these guys, they're going to head down to Derasta, and once they get there, they're going to begin work on a gateway somewhere over here probably. Actually, we're going to go over here. Okay, +5 engineering. That's not bad. That's over in Terralum. We'll grab that after we're done with this gateway. Wonderful. We do have a new tradition available, and let's go ahead and take, I think, diplomatic networking, perhaps? Or trust cap and trust growth. Diplomatic acceptance +5. That's actually probably really good for us. We're going to go for that and then work our way to eminent diplomats. Wonderful. We definitely have no ulterior motives. I don't know what they're talking about. So our anchorages will be finishing up soon enough. And we'll be jumping over here quite soon as well. We now have enough to queue up our gateway construction site, and so we shall. And this one will be finishing up fairly soon. Excellent. This industrial world does need an upgrade to its capital, so that'll be fine. And what else do we need at this point? I mean, we're constructing our science nexus up in Elthene. And we've got several more things on the way. We're going to make a strategic coordination center in probably like Guhur. And we may think as well about putting our mega shipyard somewhere in that region. And then putting that behind another one of these stations, one of these bastions. We will need one more starbase cap to make that happen, or just exceed our starbase cap, which is probably fine. Although we're a little low on our energy credit flow at the moment. So that is something to think about.
Our spaceport.
What? Where? What a bunch of jerks. Hey, we don't care about that. We don't care about that at all.
Construction complete.
We are biding our time.
Have destroyed one of our spaceports.
Yep. Alloy nanoplants have finished up metallurgist output plus 10% though. That's solid. That's not a repeatable. We'll just take it.
Construction complete.
Excellent. So we are finishing up a number of our naval capacity increases. For now, I'm interested in hitting this reinforced fleet button. Now, we do still have quite a lot of reinforcements in transit here. It's going to take them a long time to make their way down over here until this gateway gets finished up. That's probably the last time we hit the reinforced button until then. Where was that at? Perhaps they popped through the L gate. I'm guessing that's what happened. Yeah, I think they popped through the L gate. That should be fine. And our construction ship in Devasa is going to be done fairly soon here. Once we have these gateways finished up, then we will be in a much, much better position. Our supply lines will be dramatically shortened. We're going to come up here and grab the 7 minerals and the 5 engineering research next. And then we're going to send this guy probably also up into the L cluster, is my thinking right now. Of course, we do have this situation over here. I would like to attack the Mictor community, or continuity rather, at some point. Now is not the time, obviously. So we finished up this gateway construction site. We do require some additional energy credits to make that happen. That's no big deal. There we go. And then these guys will build mining stations and research stations, and then travel through the L gate. Up to here. Excellent. The gateway in the Dathana system is now done. That's fantastic. Dathana is, of course, this one up here. So that is dramatically reducing our supply lines. And that's very, very good for us. Like, look at this. Some of these, it's going to take over 4 years to get all the way down here. That's insane, right? That's absolutely insane. So we're going to deal with it with the gateway construction site. I do wish that the reinforcements would use jump drives, or that there was an option to make them use jump drives, not that they'd always use jump drives. That would be nice. The Hirons are still going over here, and up here in fact. They seem to have a bit of a resurgence. If they come back to our borders, we'll deal with them. But for right now, we're mostly concerned with our own internal issues. Or not really issues, but our own internal things. The second chamber is unremarkable, aside from another set of alien glyphs above a closed door. They read, "Petty kings issued edicts in my name. Empires waged war in my honor. Fools sang my praises. I would have none of it. No secret wall panel has yet been found that would provide access to the third chamber. Well, we'll continue to look at that. The Boki are trying to reduce the council size. Entertaining. We may want to leave the galactic community at some point, but we are lacking influence in that, and we're going to need influence, so we'll just let our influence continue to pile up for now. I mean, I say pile up. We've been burning influence like it's nobody's business, but it's all good. So the Durasta Gateway will be finishing up fairly soon. And our Science Nexus is only 40% done. So there's that. Once we come up here, we're going to want to build our Strategic Coordination Center. I'd like to build our Mega Shipyard in Elthine as well. If we do that, then we're going to want a gateway up here too. And that's probably not the worst idea. Yeah, I think that's not the worst idea. So once we are done building this gateway construction site, we are then going to jump drive to Sol. And then from there, we'll be able to pop up to Tadasca and head up here really quickly. Our supply lines are shortening extremely dramatically right now. So that is great. This means that we'll be able to respond to threats much more quickly. And how long on our actual construction site over here? Just 6 more months. That's really not bad. Most of these, it's going to be another 3 years before they make their way into the Federation fleet. But that's fine. We'll allow our alloys to build up for the time being. Although, we really probably should queue up defense platforms. The Dathana station can get some. There we go. Yeah, research station. We are fine here and here. We do need defense platforms here. That's our max capacity, but we're also pretty much out of alloys, so we will allow those to proceed for now. We did just lose an envoy. We don't actually care about that per se. Hang on a moment. It's past 2410. Current term ends 24/10/05/21. What? I'm sorry, what? There must be a bug here. We should have lost control of the Federation right now, right? We're still the president. We're also still a ways away on our upgrade here. We do actually want to extend our deal. So I'm a little bit confused about why we never had a random succession here. Unless the current term calculation is incorrect. Because we changed this several times. I guess we'll keep an eye on it. And just see what happens there. So the gateway in the VMOS system is now complete. That's this one over here, and that's great. This mining world requires a job. And to that end, I'm going to put in a Ministry of Production here. We're as maxed out as we can on mining districts, and so we're going to put in a Ministry of Production, and we're actually going to upgrade the mineral purification hubs first. But we'll do that, and then we'll think about maybe building like industrial districts or something. Okay. I am confused about the Federation. There's no doubt about that, but we'll see how that plays out, I guess. Otherwise, we are currently heading up over here, and
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
metallurgist output. Okay, that's fine. Juggernauts are okay as well. I kind of want to go for the Titan hull points here. We do want the Strategic Coordination Center. And we want the Mega Shipyard as well. I guess we'll see if we can build the Mega Shipyard back here. We are currently lacking the influence to make this happen. And I'm actually thinking that as soon as we're done building this gateway construction site, we'll probably go down to the 2 construction ships. In fact, this one isn't doing anything, so I'm just going to disband this construction ship. We can go ahead and activate the Surveyor. Perfect timing. We now need a construction ship. Yes, the Miravandian branch office is gone. Actually, do we need that construction ship? I didn't look at where that was available at, but I don't think we need it. I don't see the physics research available, unless I'm just blind, which is a possibility. Okay, so these guys will show up within the next, like, 2.5 years. We'll go ahead and do this. Excellent. So that's going to queue up a whole bunch of destroyers and cruisers. Nice. And they'll be able to get there very quickly via the gateway. So that is fantastic. The Durasta station will be done quite shortly, and as I said, we're going to jump up to Sol, and then from there, we're going to head up this way. We're just lacking in influence right now, and that is fine. We're not too concerned about that. We're gaining 4 influence per month right now, so we should be okay. Our Science Nexus will be done soon enough. We're 72% done there. And the Hirons appear to be being pushed back again, actually.
Scientific
well, maybe not over here, but
achieved.
Elsewhere. So there's our Strategic Coordination Center done. Let's go ahead and grab the Interstellar Assembly next. Gateway Construction Site is ready in Durasta. That's wonderful. Now we're going to need additional energy credits to make that happen. So there we go, and we'll go ahead and upgrade that gateway. There we go. So that is now happening. That'll be done soon enough. And that is all of our gateways at our borders complete. So we're going to send these guys up through our gateway network, up over this way. They'll arrive up there eventually. And once they arrive there, we should have enough alloys to begin working on our other objects here. We're going to try to cram as many as we can into Elthene, just because it's a very defensible location. And I would like to build another bastion at Guher. We'll see about doing that. And then, in theory, another one at Elthene would be ideal. Yeah, that would be absolutely ideal, but we would need 2 more starbase cap. I think we can get that. Like... we can't actually preview these. That's unfortunate. I wish we could preview getting another tree. Sad. Regardless, that's fine. And the third fleet is now getting quite built up. Building this ship would put the Federation fleet over its maximum capacity. Okay. I feel like the Federation fleet's max capacity is 200, but... Sure? 194 out of 200. Okay. So a lot of that capacity must be tied up in this, then. That'll be fine. They'll show up within the next 1.5 years. No big deal there. So we're going to make our way up over here. I do want to start construction on a gateway over here. Gateways are cheaper. So we'll just... Another ship is performing or has finished performing this order. We can only build 1 megastructure in a system at a time? Is that accurate? I'm guessing we can only build 1 at a time. The question is, are we capped to 1 per system? Well, gateways are only kind of a megastructure. I guess we'll find out. We'll just allow the construction ship here to finish up. It's at 91%, so that won't be too bad at all. In the meantime, let's go ahead and continue getting our bastions working. Oh, hello. Also, these guys aren't happy with us. We got our sentry array. That's great. And let's go for arc emitters next, as that's the only non-repeatable tech here. And then once we get just into the repeatable techs, I'll probably enable auto-research at that point. Okay, bastions. So, we definitely need some defense platforms here. These are all good. We need some here. Okay, now we're lacking in alloys. That's fine. These guys are continuing to insult us. That's adorable. Whatever. If that's what they want to do, then we'll let them. We at this point have plenty of influence to begin construction on our sentry array or our strategic coordination center. We definitely want to do this. Yeah, we can only build or upgrade one megastructure at a time. Gateways don't actually count, but they kind of do. In a weird sort of way. So we should actually queue up the gateway first. We have now begun the massive undertaking of constructing a science nexus. The foundation is in place and preparations are underway to add to the main hub. The promise of new groundbreaking technologies and the realization of ideas beyond our wildest imaginations await. And though the road ahead is long and full of challenges, we've taken the first step. Could the endless mysteries of the universe finally be within our grasp? So upgrading this is super expensive, and I'm aware of that. So at this point, we can now begin construction on something else. We're going to do a gateway. And that's going to happen within a couple of months here. So let's head out over this way. One more month tick to get our gateway construction site underway. But before we do that, 5,000. Well, I mean, we can definitely do this. Let's get that going. I do want to check to see if we can continue stacking things in this system. I think we can. Yeah, at least one megastructure in this system. That indicates that we have to be able to, right? So we'll continue working on that. Once we have the influence, we should also have the alloys. So that'll be fine. Let's check in on our worlds over here. The factory world. Oh, Adelamar's gateway is done. The factory world here could use an industrial district. Wonderful. The agro world could use a system capital complex as well as a hydroponics farm. So that'll be fine. This forge world, we could upgrade our alloy mega forge here. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I do kind of wish we could cram more alloy mega forges onto this. We don't have a Ministry of Production though, do we? No. I'm dumb. It's right here. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Well, with that kind of a boneheaded move, I think it's pretty clear it's time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we will continue to work on our megastructures. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.